What's hoppin' hobbits? Bill Joe Jaggins here. I'm here with my son. He has a YouTube channel called Dog Toy Animations.
On the road to 1,000, just hit 800.
Putting me to shame, but that's
How
good.
is that putting you to shame?
We are going to unbox the Nintendo Switch 2.
I've been on YouTube for 11 months. Okay.
All right.
Let's see. We just got this. So excited for Mario Kart World.
I think I'm opening it upside down.
I'm gonna be the Moo Cow. Who are you gonna be?
All right. No idea yet. Maybe I'll stick with good old Luigi. Okay, so here we have the Joy-Con 2 and the console itself.
Nice.
Here's the tablet. They really made the packaging quite a bit smaller.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the Switch 2 itself.
Ooh.
Here are the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Nice.
Left side, right side.
Cool.
Get this out. I think this is probably manuals.
Nice.
So we have the download code for Mario Kart World, which I'm not going to show you for obvious reasons.
I'm sure they already confirmed this, but I'm still a kid and I have no idea what's going on. So, did they confirm like the mouse Joy-Cons?
Yes. Yep. A while ago.
All right.
Here is the high-speed HDMI cable.
Sick.
And these are the mouse adapters for the bottom of the Joy-Con 2s.
Listen, I might sound really stupid, but what the frick is an adapter?
It just turns it into it. This is a very heavy-duty power adapter for the wall.
Ooh, I think I know what that is.
Extremely heavy compared to the Switch 1 and any other power adapter I've ever held. And then here is a USB-C to C cable that comes with that. It's nice if we mess up the C to C cable, we can always replace that rather than just buying a whole new adapter. This will be the Joy-Con 2 grip. Feels about the same as the first one, but you'll notice that it's flat here so that the Joy-Con 2 can slide in from the side rather than from the top.
Nice, nice.
And then last but not least, we have the Switch 2 dock.
Yo.
So this is quite a bit rounder on the back
Let me
than
get
the Switch 1.
Wait, so this is the Switch itself, right?
This is the Switch itself. We'll get to that in a minute. So we have 2 USB ports on the back. This probably pops off. Yep. On the inside, we have USB-C for power.
Nice.
We have an HDMI, and then we have the Ethernet port for networking.
Nice,
in
nice.
case you are too hardcore for Wi-Fi.
Nice, nice.
Set that aside. That seems to be everything in the box. So we're gonna pop this back in along with the phone. Get this out of our way.
Sick.
All right.
I think I know what that. I think I know what this is.
Yeah, that's the charging adapter.
Yeah, I know. I'm smart enough to know what a charging adapter is.
You're more than smart enough. All right. Here she is. It's pretty heavy.
Yo.
And pretty big. Now the question is, how is this snapping in feature gonna work? Wow.
Wow, that was satisfying.
That is a pretty hefty click. And then here's the left side.
Click. Oh, I love that. That's satisfying.
They do not.
I need to hear more of that in my life. I need to hear that.
So if you do want to remove the Joy-Con 2s, on the back of the console here, we have these buttons here. You push, and then this.
How did you figure that out so fast?
I watched the first impression stuff from the events. This little button here pops out and actually pushes the Joy-Con away from the Switch. Here we have the kickstand.
Ooh, I like the kickstand.
And this is where the SD card goes. If you want to use an SD card, do keep in mind you have to buy an SD card express. This is a pretty solid console, but it's really comfortable. The joysticks are definitely smoother than the first gen, and the buttons do seem to be a fair bit larger as well.
Okay.
The Joy-Cons themselves, let's see if I can remember how to do this. They're pretty comfortable to hold.
Here, let me see.
The SL and the SR buttons are nice and big and able to be pressed. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, I love these.
What are your thoughts?
Probably an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Those actually feel pretty good on my hands for some reason.
All right. So now, let us power it on.
Sorry that I'm touching everything.
You're good. That's what it's for.
Ooh,
all right,
Nintendo!
So this is an LCD screen, not an OLED. These are going to be my first impressions of this screen.
I love Nintendo and everything, but the one thing that they're missing out on is they should have like You know how Sega has the Sega? That's what Nintendo should have. Nintendo.
That's a good idea. All right, so let's pick our language. We are in the Americas. I'm gonna jump off screen for a minute.
Alright guys, we're back. We had a little bit of an internet problem.
But we're back in. So we're downloading update data, super fun. Guess I'm gonna select my time zone.
What is the time zone? I know I sound really stupid.
Here we go, EST. It just tells it what time it is in the part of the world where you are.
Oh,
I don't think I need to learn about the stand. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, there's now a USB-C port on the top of the console.
cool.
Here is the game card slot,
Cool.
headphone jack,
Cool.
secondary USB port, and then the
Cool.
volume and power, just like on the
Nice.
first gen.
Nice.
All right, here's how you detach the Joy-Con.
You already showed that.
Here's how you detach the left Joy-Con.
Showed that.
Okay. We'll connect to a TV later. Now we're going to download the update data, 3 minutes. Well guys, we'll be back with another video another time, but this has been my first impressions. First impressions of the console, feels very solid. I know a lot of people were concerned about the connection of the Joy-Con 2s to the console. If you followed this at all, I don't think you'll be very concerned. It's a very svelte, very thin console. I actually feel like it's quite a bit more comfortable than the first gen. The edge here on the corner is quite a bit less sharp, and I also think it's more suitable for adult hands. My hand's always cramped up on the first gen Switch. I always used it with a second gen grip. I also plan to get the D-brand Kill Switch 2. I actually already have it ordered, so I will be updating and posting another video when that does come in. Thank you for watching. I've been Bill Joe Jaggins, and I'm here with my son. He has a YouTube channel called Dog Toy Animations. Please check him out. If you like what you saw, please like the video.
And make it a hobbit.
And make it a hobbit by following or subscribing. Peace.